All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. 365, we making up plays. You talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics never the same. All presentation, sports information. In the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, they work in your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. Network. We on top of our game. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays.
What's going on, everyone? This is the Just Say the Truth crew here at the All Sports, All Plays Network. This your boy, Freddie Henderson. Right next to me, we got the dude Tony in the house, right at the bottom. What's up, Tony? How's it going?
It's going great, man. I'm excited. It's Friday night. We got a good weekend of college football. We got a good weekend of NFL football. We got some big games. Let's get started.
There you go. And then right below me, we got my dude out there in Southern California. What's going on, Jonathan?
What's going on, man? Hey, everyone out here is making a big deal about gas prices. You guys already knew what was up. So why are you guys all of a sudden acting surprised that gas prices are $5? Anyway, aside from that, let's get to it, guys. Let's talk some sports because, like Tony said, there's a lot of stuff to talk about. And there's a big weekend this weekend, and part of that is because the Rams are gonna play the Tampa Bay Bucks, which is a game that I'm very, very excited for.
Go back.
And right at the bottom, we got Mike on the mic. What's going on, Mike?
Bro, I'm chilling, bro. Young Boy just dropped that album. You ain't checked that out. You heard? Gotta check that out. Praying for my boy Patty Will. We ain't gonna be talking about the Bulls much tonight, but you know he's injured right now. Got injured today, so praying for my boy Patty Will.
Hey, Mike, let the folks know what they can expect coming this Tuesday.
And it's Tuesday, bro. We're doing Windy. Freddie, what did I name that show? I have a lot of shows. I'm sorry. There's so many shows. I forget the name of the show. But we're going to have our own show. Just like Freddie Facts, going to be 10 minutes of your time. If you don't have enough time for it, you can't watch this beautiful face on the TV. That's perfectly fine. You can catch us on the Anchor Network. You can catch us anywhere you want to catch us. We'll be there on YouTube, anywhere you want to find us, talking all about Chicago sports. We're going to be doing it once a week just to recap how everything's going. Justin Fields' first start as a Bear. Patrick Williams getting injured today, going to be out 4 to 6 weeks. So, we got a lot of things to talk about. White Sox just clinched the division. Obviously, I personally don't care, but we will be covering it. The Cubs, the Blackhawks look good. So we're going to be covering all that stuff there. You guys be on the lookout for that. I'm really excited about it. And if you don't like my takes, you can always find Freddie's at Freddie Facts.
Yeah, you're going to go wrong with Freddie Facts. Shout out to Big Baby Jonathan. Shout out to you as well. You're doing good work too, my brother. All right. That's enough of that.
What's up, baby?
Let's talk some NFL, gentlemen. Like Jonathan said, this Sunday it's a test for the Matthew Stafford and the Los Angeles Rams. It's going to be a test to stop Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now, Tampa Bay's going to be short a few pieces. Antonio Brown will not be able to suit up this Sunday due to him having COVID. They're down a couple of defensive players as well. So, what's your reaction to this upcoming game this Sunday, Jonathan? Who are you picking to win and why?
Man, you got to put me on the spot like that because this one is tough. I mean, this is probably the toughest prediction coming out of this weekend. I mean, both teams to me are good. They're both going to air out the ball. I mean, this is going to be a air show, okay, in LA. It's gonna be a great game. It's a quarterback duel to definitely watch because you got Matthew Stafford, and then of course you have Tom Brady. But you know what, man? I'm going to disappoint Rams fans right now. I'm sorry. And, you know, I love the Rams, right? But, I mean, you can't bet against Tom Brady. You just can't do it. And the Buccaneers, man, they have a recipe. They have the recipe for success. I mean, they could get it done on both ends of the ball. They have a terrific defense that plays aggressively, that can get to the quarterback, that can put a lot of pressure on the quarterback. And then you look at the offense led by Tom Brady, and you see what they have over there. They have Mike Evans. I mean, you have the go-to tight end in Rob Gronkowski. I mean, they just have a bunch of playmakers offensively, and I mean that could just take the Rams out of their game early. I will say this: if the Rams want a chance to win this game, they're gonna have to set the tone early on defense. If they don't do that, they're out of it. I think if they don't set the tone early and they let Tom Brady get into some kind of rhythm, and they let him set the tone early, I think it's gonna be Tampa Bay's game to win. And I will say Tampa Bay will win in a close one. I'm not gonna give a score because every time I give a score, it never goes out the way I thought it would. So I'm just not gonna give a score. But I will say this: I think that the Tampa Bay Bucks can win this game by a touchdown because Tom Brady has the weapons at his disposal, and I just think the defense is gonna get to Matthew Stafford this weekend.
Jonathan. As a Rams fan, you should know better than anybody on this show tonight. You should know the last time your Rams played against Tom Brady, that defense made Tom Brady. He did not look so good. You should remember the last time. You're absolutely right, and that was the year they had Jared Goff as the quarterback. Now you bring in a Matthew Stafford, who, by the way, man, Cooper Kupp is looking amazing.
Yes, excellent route runner. Yes, yeah. I totally agree.
The chemistry between them two is already on point.
It is.
So with that Rams defense, I do not believe. Y'all believe the same thing will happen. And we got to remember, Tampa Bay's defense have not looked up to par so far this season. Like we've always seen with great defenses to come back, they win the Super Bowl the next year, they normally don't look the same. Mike going to love this, except for you, the Chicago Bears in the past. But with that being said, you know, I'm not with these pieces missing out of Tampa Bay, I'm not too sure Tampa Bay can squeeze out of this game. I'm actually going with the Rams with the field goal, win by field goal. Mike, where do you believe that the Los Angeles Rams can be? This is a preview. Do you believe this team, well, as they built right now, have what it takes to beat Tampa Bay? And do you believe that they can beat them in a playoff game as well to prevent them from going to the Super Bowl this year?
Well, for this game right now, going into week 3, most definitely. I think Matthew Stafford's been waiting for this for a very long time. I've reiterated this every single time we talk about Matthew Stafford on the show. Watched him almost my entire life since this kid's been in the NFL. I grew up watching him. I watched him grow as a man, as a human being. This guy's hungry. This guy's a dog. This guy's waiting for his chances. The same way Eminem was waiting in Detroit, waiting for his moment. The second he got it, he grabbed it and never ran back. And the second Matthew Stafford got that ticket to LA, he took it and ran with it. Cooper Kupp's looking amazing, catching over 150 yards in a single game. He's looking great. He's looking great, but we already knew that about Kupp. We already knew he was a dog. Like we already said, and Jonathan agreed with me. It was one of those things where Cooper Kupp's one of those guys who kind of looks at it and is like, I'm ready to take it to the next level. Are you willing to come with me? And Jared Goff, to me, wasn't really ready to take that step to say, okay, let's go, let's run with it, let's take over LA. He wasn't really that guy. It wasn't like a Kobe Shaq thing where both of them wanted to be great. It was one of those things where Jared was kind of content of where he was at, and he wasn't going to continue to develop in LA. At least that's how I looked at it. Where Matthew Stafford, he's all with it. He pulls up in the whip, nice new whip, brand spanking new. You know, we had Goff driving a 92. Like it wasn't nice. It wasn't nice.
Right.
You know, Stafford pulls up, got his new whip, pimped out sunglasses, maybe a little Dior on. He's chilling, doing his thing. Says, "Get in the whip. We're going to Tampa. We're gonna knock some heads off." And that's truly how I look at it. I feel like Matthew Stafford and this defense are completely capable of winning this game. If I had to give out a score prediction right now, I got 38-31 Rams. That's how I'm looking at it. And the big part of it is, you know, I understand Henderson is questionable right now. But Henderson on an off day is better than Ronald Jones on a good day. And what I saw from Leonard Fournette the last couple weeks, I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed at all. Freddie had to defend Tom Brady how many times because of a horrible interception ratio. That was a big part of guys not being able to catch the ball. Leonard Fournette was a big part of that. So, you know, you have Sony Michel. Last week we saw him getting a lot of carries, got like 10 or 11 carries. I'm interested to see how that works this week. You know, you got Ramsey, you got Leonard Floyd. Who we don't talk about because his time as a Bear versus a Ram make sense. But, you know, you got Aaron Donald, who I left for last because he speaks for himself. I definitely think this team can beat this Tampa Bay team, especially without a couple defensive pieces, especially without Antonio Brown. And because that just means Jalen Ramsey has one less body to have to worry about. That's truly how I look at it. So playoff-wise, it's a different atmosphere with Tom. Tom don't care about the regular season like that. It's just truly like it's a different version of Tom, and we all know that, and you have to respect him. But is it definitely possible? It's definitely possible, especially if it's in LA.
All right, Tony. What's your thoughts on this topic?
All right, so I mean, I feel like I got to start early with the Tony Truth. Since we got Freddie Facts, I got to start out early with Tony Truths here. Freddie is not going to like what I have to say, but it is going to be the truth because that's all I spit is the truth. In order for the Rams to win, which I think they will, the Rams are going to do exactly what the Dallas Cowboys did the very first week in Week 1. They're going to copy that Dallas system. Dallas is the only team since Freddie's Giants, because we're going to give a shout out to them, in the last 12 games that has kept it to a score of less than 2 points. There's been the only two teams, the Giants and the Cowboys, and to me, the Rams have significantly better personnel to be able to match that as far as man-to-man coverage goes. You got Jalen Ramsey. You know, what does Tom Brady love to do? Short slant routes, short over-the-middle routes, and who do you got as one of probably the best corners? That's his specialty. You have Jalen Ramsey to be able to go up against that. You have Aaron Donald rushing him in the pass rush. Whereas if you look at Dallas could not get to Tom Brady to save their life, and you have probably one of the best pass rushes to be able to do that. And then you have a quarterback on the other side of the ball that can match it. You know, again, we saw in Detroit, you know, Matt Stafford was with Detroit for 12 seasons. He had, 3 seasons where he actually had an offensive-minded coach in Jim Caldwell. And guess what? They went to the playoffs almost consistently. They had a top offense consistently with that. And this is the best set of weapons that Matt Stafford has had in an extremely long time. Much like to what Mike and Jonathan said, you have Cooper Kupp, you know, kind of went off the radar a little bit last year, has finally come back, reemerged himself, solidified himself as one of the best wide receivers in the game. You still have Robert Woods also on the other side, very good. And to me, Henderson has been solid in running the ball, and you have Sony Michel as your backup as well. So to me, I think that defense is going to smother Tampa Bay. Although I will say, if I'm going to give a final score, I'm going to say 31-28 with the Rams winning with a last-minute field goal.
If you could frustrate Tom Brady and take him out of his game, then you really have a great shot at winning.
Can I ask a question really quick?
Hold on, Mike. Coach Dante, what's up, man? Hey, I'm gonna send you a link to this show. I want you on the show for this next topic we about to get to. We bring a spotlight on the show. If you can come on, man, it'll be appreciated, man.
You know what would be interesting to see in that game is how Aaron Donald attacks Tom Brady.
Yeah, I definitely think it's definitely something with that offensive line that they're really going to have to think about it quick because, like I said, I hate talking about him, but Leonard Floyd has reemerged his career and is definitely somebody you need to concern about. So there's definitely going to be some mismatched double teams. But, Jonathan, I did have a question for you real quick. You know, your boy, he once was your boy. Now he's out of the league. Todd Gurley's still available. How do you feel about Todd Gurley? And if Henderson does go down, do you give that man a call?
You could give him a 1-year offer. I mean, 1 year doesn't hurt. You know, he had great chemistry with the team when he was there. He has familiarity. He's played there before. He already knows Sean McVay's system really well. So, I mean, it doesn't hurt to give him a shot.
Right.
And
I found it interesting.
Sometimes desperate, times call for desperate measures, and sometimes you have to look elsewhere to address a glaring need, like at the running back position. And yes, I think it would be worth giving him a call and see what he can bring to that offense.
Now, Jonathan, I have a question to kind of piggyback off of what Mike said with, the fact that Todd Gurley is available. He knows Sean McVay's system, and you being in LA, you would probably know best as far as firsthand goes. Is there bad blood between Sean McVay and Todd Gurley then? Because, I mean, yes, they parted ways with him. They paid him a lot of money. He had a lot of injuries. But like you said, even to bring him back for a one-year thing, like, hey, man, if you do great, maybe we'll look into it. Maybe we'll give you another year, but we're not going to give you a long-term contract. Do you think there's bad blood as a result of that, or what do you think?
I don't think it's bad blood because at the end of the day, it was a business move.
Right.
It was a move that the Rams felt they needed to make because, look, remember, they realized that they gave him too much money, and this was a guy who was battling with an ailing knee. Couldn't stay on the field, couldn't stay healthy. So I think he has put that behind him. I think whatever beef they had, they might have squashed if they had any beef. But no, I don't think there's any bad blood. I think these two can work it out if there was. And I think if Todd Gurley comes back, I think the main focus would be on winning and having that chance to win a Super Bowl. Because remember, he did have a chance to play, and he did play in the Super Bowl, right? Remember? And they fell short. So I still think he might have that bad taste in his mouth, and why not do it with his former team? It would probably be a nice reunion for him.
Hey, gentlemen, I want to change the topic for tonight to another one. Go to the NBA route, but this has been getting a lot of traction lately. And this is with the NBA season, the preseason, training camp start this upcoming week. You have players coming out saying they're not getting vaccinated, like Andrew Wiggins. Well, he did apply because his religion, whatever, but the NBA denied it. What do you guys think it should happen? I mean, I understand. Hey, and I mean, we're not going to go in here and we're not going to touch the political side and all that stuff.
We're going political. I was about to say, we're going political here.
No, we're not going to go that side.
I ain't trying to get in trouble. I'm scared I might say the wrong thing.
I had a before we even talk about that. Like, I read that, Freddie, and I didn't get a chance to look into it because you sent the link as I was looking at it. What I read was he wouldn't be able to play at home. Was that
right? Correct.
Was that home games only?
Correct. So it's just San Francisco. It's San Francisco and New York.
Right.
And Kyrie Irving's going through the same situation as well.
Wow. It's because of California and New York's restrictions.
Their policies.
Their policies.
It's to me, it's first of all, we're talking about, you pissed me off because we're talking about training camp, and literally I was so excited about it. I was ready for it. And Patrick Williams decided to hurt himself before training camp even started. So that's awesome. But with Andrew Wiggins and Kyrie, I'm gonna say this. I think Kyrie wins it. Whatever, appeal he's making about him and his religion, I think because he's actually been like this for quite some time now, speaking on religion and speaking on many different things in this world that he believes in, the earth being flat being one of them. But it was one of those situations where I feel like he kind of has the proof that I'm not just making this up. It's definitely like one of those Muhammad Ali situations where, like he actually did believe in this for quite some time. It's not something he's, coming out of, thin air. With Andrew Wiggins, he never really there's no real proof of like that argument. So I feel like that's probably why that didn't pass. I find it, and I'm not questioning his religion or anything or by any means. I'm just saying I feel like maybe that's the way the league looked at it. It's really interesting to me to see that go down though, because going forward, like, how do you guys feel about it? Like, I took it. I thought everybody else took it. Forget it. I'm gonna take it. Whatever.
It's a touchy topic.
It not really is, bro. Because at the end of the day, I mean, I understand whatever side you stand on about the vaccination. I don't care. Okay, first of all, but Andrew Wiggins, to these players, man, like it's simple. Like this is how I live my life. If it's a law, if it's a part of the rule, guess what? You just got to do it. It's just that simple. I mean, that's how I look at it. You get paid millions of dollars, okay? Millions of dollars. And are you really going to sacrifice? Like Kyrie Irving, are you really going to sit out and sacrifice your team, prevent your team from winning the championship?
There's also a lot of conspiracy theories behind the vaccination. You know, especially in the black community.
But Jonathan, that's no, bro. Like, I'm tired of people thinking like this is not the first vaccination that's been on the earth. This is not the first one. I mean, it's just. It's not the first time.
I don't agree. I don't think they should be forced to take the vaccine.
Right.
I mean, you know, that's like putting a gun to somebody's head and saying, well, if you don't do this, I'm gonna shoot you.
Right, but I think an amazing comparison that I saw actually on the news the other day was they were interviewing this guy about why he didn't want to take the vaccine as he's smoking a cigarette. And I found it really interesting because I'm watching this guy smoke a cigarette on live TV telling me, well, I don't know what's in that vaccine. Bro, do you know what you just put in your mouth? Do you know what's in a cigarette that makes a cigarette? Like, no one questions that. Someone will drink a bottle of Hennessy and not know what makes Hennessy great. No, you know, like you'll smoke a cigarette, you'll chew tobacco, you know, you'll take the flu shot. I don't know what's in the flu shot. Do you know what's in the flu shot? Took it my whole life. It's one of those situations where I'm not gonna go there and I'm not gonna appreciate you to do what you got to do because at the end of the day, that's all you have to do is do what you got to do.
Exactly.
I mean, what's in the cough syrup that we take? What's in the Roman?
So for the argument of I don't know what's in it, I don't like because I'm watching you smoke a cigarette, bro, and we all know it's tar, you know, and a bunch of other horrible chemicals that give you cancer. Bro, I don't care what's in that vaccine. It's not worse than what you just put in your mouth, and I can bank on that.
And then one thing, hey, you got to remember, this is the truth. My dad told me one thing that my dad told me. He said when he was little, when he's going to school, all he remember is he'd go to school and there's a school bus, and then they take him to go get vaccinated. They didn't talk to their parents. I mean, like that, you just had to do that. So I mean, it's just I don't know. I guess it's just the modern day. I guess social media hurts a lot of this and persuades a lot of people's mindsets. I don't know. And like I said. It don't matter. I mean, he gets paid millions of dollars, and that's a rule that they're trying to protect their players and the fans so they can stay full capacity. I
think a lot of it is you have all the different type of information out there. You have all the different types of conspiracies, and I would say probably the thing that hurts this more than anything, no matter where you stand on either side, is the fact that you have social media, the fact that you have all of these different media outlets. Everybody can look up everything and anybody can post anything. And it's hard to really now, especially disseminate what is actual truth and what isn't truth. And then you have people that go down these rabbit holes that are like, oh, well, this actually is the truth. And they, sling all these different people in. So to me, I think that's one of the things that really hurts. And then B, there is a heavy push for it. And there are a lot of people that, it's going to sound crazy, but that's kind of the American spirit. They're just naturally rebellious. Like, hey, man, you're going to do this. And everybody's sitting here like, well, why? I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do it just because you told me that I have to do it.
Right.
I don't know if you guys remember this. Is
like rules and policies that's put into place. They're not going to follow the rules.
Hey, I don't know. Exactly. I don't know if you guys remember this. It's like when they incorporated the seatbelt rule. At first, there's a lot of people
pissed, bro. And car insurance, people were pissed.
Yeah.
But here's my thing, and I'll leave it at this. I don't like getting into presidential stuff. Biden took it and Trump took it, and those two can't agree on anything. So if they could both agree on that, then I hate people who are like, oh well, my guy doesn't want to take it. No, they're all taking it. All the politicians take it. All the people take it.
I hate politics. There, all it does is ruin friendships and destroy lives.
I think the big thing is had they not pushed it in such a way where it's like even people that if they have whatever type of reason to not get it, whether that be religious, skepticism, political, whatever it might be, the fact that it's being so heavily pushed and you're really being, unfortunately, you're ostracized for it, whether it is for the benefit or not, however, which way you agree, the fact that it's being so heavily pushed, I think is what puts people in such a compromising position that they're like, man, I don't want to do this.
Right. What bothers me about it is, remember when it first went down, we were all like, oh, get the vaccine as soon as possible. We all want it. Then it came and everyone was like, Never mind. I don't want it. I don't want
Yeah,
it.
I have
Like,
a few-
bro, what are you
All right.
talking about, bro?
All right, y'all.
I have a cousin. I have a cousin that refused to take it.
All right, let's keep it
Spotlighting
moving.
cut.
Yeah,
Let's
let's keep it pushing.
What's going on, Coach Jonte?
What's going on, guys, man? Shout out to my boy Freddie. Shout out to all of y'all, man.
What's going on?
For having me back on the show, man. Shout out to my boy Freddie, man, who came on the podcast the other day, man. We had a blast, man. How everybody doing? How everybody doing in the chat? How everybody doing on the panel today, man?
Well, man, well, it's Friday.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, Coach. I had to bring you on the show. So we about to bring this topic out. And we only created 2 topics for the show. This is how deep this is about to get deep. This is how deep it's hot is about to get. So
I'll rock with you, Spot. I want your support on this, bro. I want your support. I'm entrusted in you in making the right decision. All right.
Yep.
All right. So the ESPN put out their top 5 players. They got Kevin Durant number 1, Giannis number 2, Bron number 3, Luka number 4, and they got Steph at number 5. Hey, Coach, do you agree with it, or what's your thoughts on the top 5?
Well, you talking about that's for this season or
For this season?
For
this season,
based off of last season, going into this one.
I put that list back up there one more time. I want to flip Giannis and KD because Giannis did end up winning a championship.
I do too.
I want to flip those. And put KD in second go KD in second because KD nearly beat the Bucks by himself. He nearly beat the Bucks by himself. So if it wasn't a healthy, if James Harden was healthy in that series, Brooklyn would have won that series. James Harden was at least healthy. If Kyrie wanted to play basketball, they would have definitely beat the Bucks. So they are favored coming into this year. LeBron James is gonna be LeBron James. Now, if you're asking me who's the top 10 players in the NBA period, then I put LeBron at number 1. I think LeBron is number 1. Period. He's the best player in our era right now. But for us going into the season, I'm flipping Giannis because he won a championship. He finished it off with a deal no matter how. Injuries happen every day in football, basketball, baseball. We can't blame everything on injuries. Brooklyn still had the lead. They still had the lead. So I'm gonna flip Giannis. I'm gonna definitely flip Giannis and KD. I'm gonna flip those 2.
And didn't go the way you thought it would. Bringing him on.
I'm gonna flip those 2.
Where's the Joker?
he's not top 5, Jay. Who want to go next?
I'll go. I'm gonna show my cards, bro. Bro, listen. You know I love Luka Magic. So I found it like kind of odd he was before Curry, but I love this list. I like this list a lot. Going into it, the reason why I think Kevin Durant and Giannis Antetokounmpo are definitely 2 guys you can say are interchangeable. I could see the point that KD going into another full year healthy. He was a quarter of an inch away from ending that Bucks series. I don't care. Move your foot then. Watch your placement. But it was one of those things where I'm looking at it like me and Freddie and Tony were getting into it in the comments. Why Bron isn't at number 1 right now, and it's because of what happened last season. It has nothing to do with the championships. We're going off stats. Bro. Giannis damn near averaged 30 points per game to LeBron's 25. We're talking about, 11 rebounds and 8 assists a game, was a top 3 defensive player of the year candidate, got finals MVP after having a gruesome injury, still made it there, still won the championship, went through hell and back just to get there. But he had a better season, Freddie. He had a better season, and the man doesn't even have a 3-point shot consistently yet. That's the biggest thing to me. Like, the biggest thing for me is that man's going to continue to develop going into this season. I expect better things. With Bron, what am I going to say going into the season? Okay, well, he's coming off an injury, and he only averaged 25 points when he was healthy, so we'll see what happens. He's still a dog. He's still one of the best in this league. But I'm not going to say he's better than Giannis or KD right now. Joker's slightly higher than Curry. Whatever you're smoking, Nate, I need that out. Dangerous for the lungs, whatever that was. Yep. But that's crazy. That's blasphemy to me right there, Nate. I kind of lost my train of thought. But I definitely have Giannis at 1 or 2. KD at 1 or 2. You know, then the rest of the list is pretty solid. But I love Luka. I love Luka a lot. He's one of my MVP candidates this year. But as of right now, I'd say Curry because Luka hasn't really done anything to show me that he's a better player than Curry.
And Steph showed he could carry the Warriors last year too.
Right.
Yep.
What you got to say, Nate?
Well, I just want to say one thing. You said last year. You just said that this last year, KD and Giannis had a better season than LeBron, right?
Right.
Didn't the Joker make the second round of the playoffs and Curry didn't even make it?
What happened to him in the playoffs?
Okay, yeah, he got swept by they got swept by the Suns. The Nuggets got swept by the Suns.
Joker is definitely a beast. I'll give you that one. But like, I can't say one good season is going to define you as a top 5 player in this league. Can you? All of these guys on this list
he didn't really have
Nate,
one good season. He had
Nate,
two.
Nate, let me take over because see, you know, now they want to change the narrative. See, this is why they want to change the narrative. So now, since this Nate came on here and dropped some dimes at you, Mike, I got you right where I want
What you mean, bro?
Wait, listen. He just said the Joker had a better year than Steph because he went further in the playoffs, and that's true. He won MVP.
Right.
The Joker also had a better season than LeBron.
That's my point.
Tony, be quiet.
Joker also had a better season than LeBron by that logic.
But one thing we're not about to do is on this show today is talk me because I let y'all talk and I let y'all be
I got my
quiet.
earplugs in, so I can't hear Freddie talk.
So, because y'all know I got Mike trapped right there in the corner.
You don't.
Joker just won MVP,
right.
So he had a better season than Steph Curry. You talking about, I can't go give it to somebody overall. Yes, you can. You're talking about last year. So, with that being said, since we're not talking about based off of last year,
Hold up.
No, because you want to go against what they
But
said.
can I ask you something?
What?
How many points did Joker average on a good team? How many points? 26. How many points did Curry average? And he led them to the play-in? 32. That's why I have Curry over Joker.
But who went further? Who was the MVP?
But why did he go further?
But it does not matter.
If you want to make an argument, Joel Embiid had a better season before he got hurt than Joker.
Joel Embiid was
he was dominant. He was dominant before he got hurt.
But he's not top 5. We talking about the Joker who had a better season than Steph Curry, like Nate said. So this is what the hell.
But Stephen Curry had to carry the team though by himself. He basically had to carry the squad.
If the Warriors had a winning record and
the Joker did the same thing after Jamal Murray got hurt.
Exactly, he
had
hurt.
a better team. Joker has a better team. He had a better team. No Klay Thompson. Draymond Green can't shoot. Andrew Wiggins inconsistent. So
no Jamal Murray. No Andrew Wiggins gave you 20
But he still had a great team. He still had a good. You still had Monte Morris off the bench. You still had Monte Morris off the bench.
You had
Aaron Gordon. You had Aaron Gordon. You had Will Barton. You had Will Barton still.
I don't know. I feel like Jokic had to carry that team on his shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So did Steph Curry.
For that team
But listen here. That. Hey, I'm now about to go to my top 5. So let's bring the list back up. Mike, I agree with you. Steph Curry should not be number 5 on nobody's list. That's very disrespectful. Hey, I'm just being honest. Like Steph Curry, he changed the game. So it has to be Luka. He's the youngster on the list. But we all believe Luka's gonna be the face of the NBA very soon.
Yeah.
So we all agree with that.
Yeah.
So I got Steph Curry number 4. Just because, the dude is lights out. We seen what he did by himself. We see how far he carried that Golden State Warriors team last year. Okay, so let me bring up the list. So I got my 5 and I got 4. Number 3. I have to put Giannis Antetokounmpo at number 3. I got to. It don't mean nothing.
He won
a championship with the team he stayed with.
He won a championship. He won a championship. Freddie out of line for that.
Freddie left.
Freddie out of line for that. That was disrespectful.
That's disrespectful. You can't put Giannis at 3.
Jonathan, let me talk. Let me talk. I'm talking to myself. Didn't know I was in the backstage. Listen here. This is why I say this.
I gotta school you on something.
No, listen. This is why I say he's number 3. Because that championship was by default. It really was.
So he finna go back to the Brooklyn series. If
Brooklyn was healthy, there's no way the Bucks was winning. No way. Kevin Durant. Listen. I'm gonna let you talk, Mike. Time out. Mike, I'm gonna let you talk. Let me talk, okay?
No, I want you to talk.
No,
I want you to talk, but as
no, listen, I'm gonna talk. Listen, I'm gonna talk.
Oh man,
But listen to what I'm saying. If Brooklyn was healthy, that Bucks team was not going to win. We seen Kevin Durant go by himself. If his foot was not too big, the Bucks would not have been there. So I don't want to hear that. So I got Kevin Durant number 2. Look, this dude is one of the greatest scorers of the game. I understand that. But what does he do to make his teammates better? He does absolutely nothing. And you know what? Look what Giannis Antetokounmpo said. Look what he said. I like being a hunter. I'm not the best player in the world. I'm telling you, I'm not. Kevin Durant, LeBron James, Kawhi, Luka, Curry, AD might be, but I am not. I am still hunting the all-time greats. LeBron is still the best player in the world.
Nope, because Giannis has
but KD does absolutely nothing. He helps guide Golden State to 2 NBA championships.
Jonathan, how hard is that? How hard is that?
Golden State doesn't do anything. He goes to Brooklyn, gets them damn near to the finals.
Jonathan, he joins a team who already won a championship. He joined a team that won 73 wins. You mean talking about he helped lead a Golden State? Well, don't bring that blasphemy on this show.
There were nights that Steph Curry.
I don't want to hear that.
Steph
Curry Clay made it a lot easier.
Go to Miami with Chris Bosh and Dwayne
very
Wade
well.
Tony,
and of course, KD stepped it up and he led his team to victory.
Tony,
you can't deny the facts, Freddie. Facts, right? You can't deny the facts.
Jonathan, Tony, LeBron didn't go to a team who won 73 games the year before, who beat him in the playoffs. He didn't get punked out like that. KD got punked out and went to a team and won.
Hey, Freddie.
To go to Miami to win.
Hey, Freddie got a point. I agree with Freddie. on that. That's one thing. I agree with Freddie on that. He did. But Kevin Durant needs to be held accountable on that 3-1 loss because he was a part of that 3-1 L too. But did he make the Warriors better and unstoppable? I believe he did. Kevin Durant. It's 2 scenarios on that, but he did. He didn't have to go to 73-19, but he did make the Warriors better. He did make them better.
But KD did the exact same thing that LeBron did.
Freddie's just on this LeBron James bandwagon.
But you know what, Tony? People like you always bring that up. But they never bring it up about Kevin Durant. Never do.
Kevin Durant exactly did that. He went to Golden State to learn how
I didn't disagree with you, Tony. Listen what I said. I did not disagree with that. I said people like you always bring up LeBron in Miami, but they never bring up Kevin Durant going to the Warriors. That's what I said.
No, they do.
And another thing,
they definitely do.
That Miami team,
you just haven't been listening.
That Miami team as well. Chris Bosh went over there as a free agent. The Warriors was already put together. Miami went over there as a free agent, and they still lost the NBA Finals to the Dallas Mavericks. The Warriors team was already put together. Kevin Durant just made them more unstoppable. That was it. So it's both.
And he also went to a team, and this is what it was a punk move. You go to a team who beat you.
I'm sorry, Freddie. I hate to tell you, but Giannis is quickly becoming the face of the league.
So what's going to happen this year, Jonathan? What's going to happen this year when they don't go to the finals? What's going to happen?
He's becoming the face of the league, and Freddie, you seem to often forget that Giannis dropped 50 points in Game 6 of the NBA Finals.
It was, you know what? You know what is funny? You know what? I'm gonna, Coach Dante. Coach Dante, I'm gonna tell you, Dante. Coach, I'm gonna tell you what's funny, Coach. Listen to this, Coach. You know what's funny? Coach, you know what's funny?
What's funny, Fred?
No, let me finish.
Go ahead, Johnny. Go ahead.
Was so unstoppable at times in the finals that fouling him and forcing him to hit three.
I don't care about none of that, Jonathan.
You're not listening. Seems like the best way to stop him. You had to put him on the line, Freddie, to slow him down. If you didn't put him on the line, he was unstoppable.
Hey, Coach. Hey, Coach.
You can't deny the facts, Freddie. You can't.
Hey, when Mike finally realized that I muted him, he been over there talking, having the whole conversation. You can unmute yourself now. But listen here, Coach. I just want to say this real quick. Hold on, Mike. I want to say this. Put Mike on mute, not you. Listen, I want to say this real quick. People have been so fast, been so ready to put LeBron off the best player mantle for years. They tried this crap when Kawhi won the championship in Toronto. They said, "Oh, Kawhi's the best player in the game." Why was that? Because LeBron got hurt that year. Am I correct?
Yeah. I never thought Kawhi was ever the best in the game. I just never thought. I thought he was a top 5 player.
But a lot of people wanted to dethrone LeBron then. So the next year, what happened? Kawhi went to LA. Oh, here to talk rumble. This his city. This his crown. He running LA. And what happened? The king revealed. The king came back. He took his crown back. What did he do? Win a championship when Kawhi Leonard wet the bed. Oh, you forgot about that, didn't you, Mike? Oh, and look, we in the same situation. We're in the same situation. LeBron got hurt. AD got hurt. They lost. And it's called LeBron getting old. He ain't the best player in the game no more. It's Kevin Durant. But what's going to happen when we win the championship this year? They going to change the damn narrative yet again. Okay, like y'all always do.
So I got a question for you then. I got a legitimate question for you then.
Go ahead, Tony.
So why? So okay. We'll be hypothetical, or if we'll spit some Freddie facts. Okay, LeBron James is the best player in the game. Why are we trying to give it to a dude? And this goes by year thing, because it is not like he's the best player ever. You could probably argue it, but he's not the best player ever. That can change each year. Why are you trying to make this that LeBron is like the best player, whether he wins a championship or not? If you didn't win a championship, you may or may not be the best player. There could be people better than you. He's still in the top 5.
LeBron cannot do any wrong. It's that simple.
What has he done? What has he done wrong, Jonathan? You're talking about a man who lived his life. I mean, the only thing you can get on LeBron is maybe a speeding ticket. That's it. But we want to talk about a player who comes sensitive, creates a fake Twitter account because he's so damn sensitive. He want to come at fans. He did a punk move, but we want to support him. You know what, Giannis? He did it the right way. I absolutely agree.
He's one of the greatest players of the time.
Giannis did it the right way.
I don't get what you're saying right now.
What you mean, Mike?
You mute me, bro.
Freddie, you're sugarcoating.
Let me tell you why you messed up, bro. Because you put Giannis at 3 and then have the audacity to, first of all, here's what I was trying to tell you, bro. I wanted you to explain to me how he's better going into this year while this stat sheet is.
You want me to tell you why? You heard Rob Pelinka. LeBron got slimmer. He done got smaller. He gonna be more explosive. You gonna see LeBron James, the freight train. He's back, baby.
That don't make no sense, bro.
It's just damn
how you put How you put Giannis at 3?
If you go off the same energy, Jerry Jones says the Cowboys are going to win every flipping Super Bowl. Like, no, that's Rob Pelinka. He's going to.
Because he won a championship by default. You're talking about a player who got who.
Let me ask you, bro. Let me ask you. You want to talk about default? You want to have
the word default? Stop using that word. Use another word. Find another word in your vocabulary.
He got lucky. That's another word other than default. He got lucky.
Bro, let me ask you though. You talk about KD joining the Warriors. What did he do with the Nets? So you're gonna tell me that a KD?
The Nets haven't done nothing. They haven't won nothing. So what are you talking about?
Are they not 3 top 10 players in this league?
They might be, but have they won anything? No, they haven't.
Not 3 top players in this league.
They might have.
What you're saying is, it didn't matter when KD went to the Warriors because they didn't win anything yet.
Mike, what? No, listen, you're not going to change the narrative. See, the problem is you've been hanging around Jay too much. Jay changed the narrative just like you.
I'm not changing it. I'm telling
you are.
You want to go out here and say, oh, well, no one talks about how KD joined the Warriors. Okay.
They don't.
Giannis did it. Giannis didn't, and he won a Defensive Player of the Year. He won 2 MVPs.
Yes, but guess what? He got luck along the way.
But that don't matter.
Because if that Brooklyn team was healthy, the Bucks would not beat them.
LeBron hasn't gotten lucky.
Not to the point where you have a 3-headed monster go down like that.
So he's not lucky that Kevin Durant decided to leave Golden State. He's not lucky that Klay Thompson went down. He's not lucky that Kyrie.
No, because those teams was not beating the Lakers. So don't bring that bull crap.
That Miami
so it was a problem. It wouldn't have been a problem if KD and Kyrie were in the bubble.
Not a problem at all.
And it wasn't a problem. So it wouldn't have been a problem if Derrick Rose never tore his ACL. Those Miami days would have been easy.
I don't care about Miami. He's in LA.
So that's exactly what I'm trying to say, though. So there hasn't been breaks throughout LeBron's career?
Mike.
There hasn't.
Mike, you asked the question. Let me answer it.
Yes or no?
Mike, you asked the question. Let me answer.
Yes or no?
I'm trying to answer if you let me stop talking. Or I'll mute you again.
I'm looking for it, bro.
But listen. You brought up the bubble season.
It's a yes or no question, bro.
I'm not answering that question until I can explain it. Now, you're not going to catch me in a corner.
Yes or no question.
I'm not answering yes or no.
But then you don't have a case.
I do have a take, but you're not going to let me answer.
No.
Well, I'm not going to say yes or no.
Has he caught breaks?
Huh?
Has he caught breaks while other players getting injured in his career?
Not recently, no.
Not recently throughout his career, has he?
Not recently, no.
So that means those wins he won back then are voided.
Because no, I'm not biased. I'm trying to answer the question. Mike won't let me answer the question.
Because it's a yes or no question, and you want to tell me?
No.
Hey, so Freddie, if KD was on the Lakers, he'd be the best player in the world.
No, he would not.
Now here's the other thing, though. And Coach, I want to see what you think on this, Coach.
All right.
I bet you if Ben Simmons was on the Lakers, he would
he's not welcome.
Freddie's not gonna admit that LeBron has gotten breaks over his career, but I guarantee you, Freddie will say, "Oh, well, he's gotten bad breaks. AD got hurt. He got hurt. The Lakers."
But that's true. Anybody watching basketball knows that.
So it's other players.
Listen here.
Man, this would have gotten out of hand.
Listen here. Everybody, listen. I'm gonna mute everybody. Listen, I want to explain this. Okay, that year Golden State won. No, when we was in the bubble, Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving coming back to Brooklyn, they wasn't beating us. That wasn't the case. They was not beating us because you can't tell me. You mean walk away, Mike. Walk away. You mean to tell me what big man on that Brooklyn team was guarding Anthony Davis? You people forget that Lakers was a great defensive team, one of the best defensive team that year. People forget to say that, but you know what? Everybody be so fast to take LeBron from being the greatest player of all time, being the best player this season. They be ready to take the crown away. But when we win again, just watch the narrative. It's going to change again. It always.
Are you done?
It always changes.
I can't wait for Jonathan to school you.
Are you finished?
Jonathan can school me.
Oh, yes, he can. He's the actual teacher.
Yeah.
He might be a teacher in SoCal, California, but he don't do the teaching. I do the teaching.
Fine, Jonathan's the principal.
Hey, are you done? Are you done lying to America?
Carry the hell on. Carry the hell on.
My God, this is the true definition of bias right here, man. This guy cannot put his bias aside and give
How am I biased, Jonathan?
opinion about the NBA.
How am I biased? Jonathan, how am I biased?
LeBron is not the king in the NBA anymore. Okay?
Prove it. What proof do you have?
LeBron is not the king anymore. There's a reason.
What proof do you have?
And the reason
Stats,
why
he just won a
ESPN
championship,
didn't rank him
everything.
number one. Now give Giannis some respect. Put some respect on that boy's name and be honest. Look what he did in the NBA playoffs last season. Freddie, you watch NBA basketball. You mean to tell me you didn't see what he did, the numbers that he was putting up? Yeah,
Yes. Yes, I saw all that. He was amazing. He was
Give the
phenomenal.
man some love.
He gave one of the greatest final runs in the NBA history. But you know what, Jonathan?
You're willing to admit it, but you're not going to give
But
him
you know what,
some-
Jonathan?
Why is that?
He caught a break. Because if James Harden, Kyrie Irving with a team that was Kevin Durant, they would not beating them. It would have been a sweep.
That's the only argument you could come up with.
It would have been a sweep.
You know, he got there because the teams weren't 100% that he played against. Oh, they had too many injuries. That's
Jonathan,
why.
can I ask you a question?
Championship.
Jonathan, can I ask you a
Giannis
question?
was unstoppable.
Jonathan, can I ask you a
Admit
question?
it.
Jonathan, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
So let's go to the West. You have the Phoenix Suns. Do you believe the Phoenix Suns would have beat the Lakers if the Lakers 100% healthy?
Yes. Yes.
I'm asking Jonathan.
They could have, the way they were playing. The Lakers weren't playing. They weren't playing great basketball at the time.
Jonathan, you're talking about a team where Anthony Davis.
Nah,
I'm asking a question. Jonathan, you're talking about a guy with Anthony Davis played by himself, with LeBron who did not play, dropped 40 piece, and nobody on Phoenix can guard him. But you gonna say that? I'm done with this
Phoenix had a
conversation.
better bench than the Lakers.
I'm done talking about it because y'all.
There was other
You know
people
what?
on the sides contributing. Did you
I'm
not
done
watch
talking.
the series?
I'm done with this subject because Jonathan, you talking blasphemy.
Jonathan, I got a question for you.
Cameron Payne was scoring points.
Jonathan,
you had
can I ask you
Mikal
something?
Bridges, who peaked at the right time. You had.
I'm
Chris
done
Paul,
talking
you
about
had
this topic.
Devin
Jonathan.
Booker. You
Jonathan,
had
I got a
guys that
question.
stepped up in a big way. You had DeAndre Ayton. Other guys were contributing.
Good night, gentlemen.
Why don't they?
Hey Tony, this is
I'm
Jonathan
just stating
Tony
the facts,
Spotlight.
yo.
It's
That's
for all
all.
you guys, right?
It is.
So what
And you know
happened? What happened to Joker when they played the Suns? They swept them, right?
Mhm.
So if they could take down Joker, why can't they take down Glassman AD?
Right. Now I want to throw this out
Because
here
you
too.
had LeBron and you had Anthony Davis, and they cannot beat us in the season, Mike. I don't want it.
Now, I want to throw this out here real quick. We
I am
managed to make
done.
Freddie leave temporarily, so I take that as Freddie couldn't stand the heat from the three of us because Freddie had to leave. So
No, it's just
that's
because
for us.
it's just because y'all don't bring facts to this show. Y'all just want to talk about what your feelings feel or what your heart feel. Until you start talking facts, that's when I'll debate
I
again.
fought back. You the one decided.
No, Jonathan. You let these guys get in your head and twist your head, your mind up.
Did the Suns sweep the best big man in the league or not?
No,
How? He won the MVP.
he didn't sweep the best big man in the league.
But Joker was the best big man in the
No,
league.
he was not. No, he's
How did he
not.
win the MVP then?
He's not the
How
best
can-
big
how
man in
can-
the league.
How did he
How
win
can a dude on the
MVP
bench be the
then?
best big man?
Because Joel Embiid got hurt. That's how, Mike.
Numbers don't lie. Why did he win?
That's
the MVP?
why.
Listen here.
All right,
Listen.
so everybody in there. So
Why did he win the MVP, Freddie?
Because Joel Embiid got hurt. If Joel Embiid didn't get hurt, it was Joel Embiid. So we all know that. You see, here you go, Mike. Not talking facts yet again.
But who won the MVP? So wait,
The Joker.
because someone gets hurt, that discredits the other guy's entire season.
No, Mike, I didn't
That's what
say
you're
that.
saying.
No, I did not say that.
That's what
That's
you're
you
saying.
moving the
That's not a real
goalpost
MVP.
yet again. You always move the goalpost. You always move the goalpost.
No,
You just like Jake.
MVP. That's what you're saying.
Listen, man. All I'm saying is Anthony Davis played by himself without LeBron. LeBron dropped a 40 piece nugget and still beat them bums. And beat them bums. And look in the playoffs when AD was healthy, AD couldn't do nothing to stop that man. They had to take AD down to get hurt. In Brooklyn, they got lucky. In Milwaukee, they got lucky.
He made Tony leave.
Man, Freddie over here talking something.
There's the reason why I changed your name on the StreamYard thing to Mr. Delusional.
No, Jonathan, it's just because you let these guys take your mind, twist it up, and just make you delusional like Mike.
No.
And this is coming from a Mike represents a team, a bunch of bums, and the Chicago Bulls who have not done nothing.
Goodbye.
And he leaves.
Even StreamYard knew that was.
Since Michael Jordan was down there in Chicago.
Freddie. No, realistically, Laker fans are the ones that's delusional. Look, living
Jonathan,
here.
no. It's just because I talk facts and y'all talk out your heart. That's why the Chicago Bulls, when they ball out,
There he goes. Because he knows he can't talk about his own.
but I can. But I can. Because you know why, Mike? You know why I can talk about my team? It's because of today. Bron them in Vegas, they getting ready. They gonna put on a show. You just better be ready. You better be ready.
I hope you got the
Lakers fans or the Cowboys fans of the NBA?
No, the Clippers are the Cowboys of the NBA because we win.
No,
we win 7.
That's not what I said. That's not what I said.
No, that's what you said, Nate. So, Nate, I'm sorry. You going to have to exit the show. Goodbye.
Dang,
Freddie.
Anyway.
Get back on.
That was crazy.
So what I said was the Lakers fans, not the team. Lakers fans are the Cowboys fans.
You know why we so passionate? You know why we so real? Discluding Jonathan now because he want to talk blasphemy because he want to get infiltrated by Mike. It's because we expect winning. That's what Laker fans expect. We expect winning.
This show is just say the truth, and I'm just telling the truth.
No, you're not, Jonathan.
I am.
Jonathan, let me ask you a question. Were you one of the ones that said Kawhi Leonard was the best player a few years ago?
I did. I wrote an article.
Yeah, Kawhi Leonard. To me, Kawhi Leonard was a top 5 player at best. He was never the best player in the game.
Hold on, Coach. So, Jonathan, aren't you tired of bringing up these false narratives? Aren't you tired of that? Aren't you tired of getting proven wrong by the king? He's going to prove you wrong this year yet again.
Right. Then before we end the show, I just want to throw out one last fact for Just Say the Truth. This is age 26. LeBron, Michael Jordan, who LeBron has beat, and then Giannis Antetokounmpo. We got Michael Jordan, 1 MVP.
The greatest of all time.
Greatest of all time.
He's not the GOAT.
Greatest of all time, Michael Jordan.
One time
You said it yourself, Freddie.
Hey, Freddie,
He is the GOAT.
I'm gonna talk
And
about
his shoes
Bron.
the GOAT too.
I'm gonna talk about Bron real quick. Here's Bron at 26, one of the best players to enter the league. We got 2-time MVP. We got 7-time All-Star, 7-time All-NBA, 2-time All-Star MVP, 3-time All-Defense, and Rookie of the Year. All right, cool. Now we got Giannis at 26. 1-time NBA champion, 1-time NBA Finals MVP, 5-time All-NBA, 5-time All-Star. We got 1-time All-Star MVP, 1 Defensive Player of the Year, 4-time All-Star.
Our numbers sound better so far.
So, Giannis got it.
Mike.
So he won 2 MVPs,
Mike.
Defensive Players.
So it's funny how we go about the age of where both of them are from a conversation who's the best player for this upcoming season. That's funny. That's how you
Wait. Giannis has
I'm
Bron
done.
beat at
You guys
age
have a great
26.
night.
Why doesn't he have him beat at age 52?
You guys have a great night. This is what Mike had to do to beat me in a debate. This is what he had to do to beat me in a debate. He got to bring up this.
He's done that at 26.
Guess what? Giannis is chasing LeBron. LeBron chasing GOAT.
And he's not going to take long to chase him because he's in his little wheelchair now.
But
Brady,
guess what?
whenever you say something, you make
But you
that
know what?
face after.
But you know what? When we win the championship,
But you're not.
I don't want to hear nothing from none of y'all. Not even you, Jonathan. Do not support the Lakers.
Hey, I'm excited to say something.
I'm just telling you, have to say, you need to go.
What
You
is
need to
your
go.
state
You
record?
need to go be a Bucks fan.
No,
Freddie,
I
what
can't
is
do
your
that. I'm a Lakers
record
fan for
to
life.
date?
No, you're not. You talk bad about the Lakers.
No, that ain't talking bad about the Lakers.
That is. You discredit the Lakers. You disown the Lakers.
That's all.
No, that's not a
I ain't
realist.
talking bad about the Lakers.
Yes, you are.
No,
Yes.
no.
Yes.
Look, the way I see it is that if my team is doing bad, I'm gonna be honest about it. If they're doing good, then I'm gonna give them pride. But I tell it as I see it, Freddie.
You know what? You bet you guys. We got a special guest next week. We got a special guest next week.
Every time we talk about LeBron and the Lakers, it's always the Lakers this, the Lakers that. Oh, they're gonna win a championship. Oh, they're the best team in the world. It's
They're
never
not
about
going
what
to
the
the
other team.
championship.
does.
Well,
They're going
It's
to
always
we about to end the show because fast break about to come on. But we got a guest coming Wednesday, Miss Elena. We gonna break this conversation up. Mike might not show up.
Bro, you still talking, bro?
Yeah, I'm still talking.
Jesus
Mute.
Christ.
Mike, Nate, take us home. Appreciate you, Dante, for coming on, man. This is the educate these chaps.
This was wild, man.
Anytime, man. Y'all
This
just hit
was
me up,
wild.
man. If y'all need me back
This was a
again.
wild night tonight.
Whole sports all plays. Yeah. Whole sports all plays. Whole sports all plays. 365, we making a plays. You talking the game, get you through the days. Great eye in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. In the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. Whole sports all plays. Network. Whole sports all plays. Network. We on top of our game. Whole sports all plays. Whole sports all plays.